r/askreddit. What is the best video game for couples to play? Little Big Planet. My husband and I have never laughed harder when we were playing the Boomtown level and one of us kept setting off the bombs. Good lord, I don't understand why I had to go through 100 other games to get to LBP. This is the perfect family game. Edit, it was WAAAAAY down when I commented, but glad to see it on the top. 100% agree. Love this game. Never laughed so hard in my life than when I was playing with my husband and he somehow glitched and got stuck under the dog in the beginning. Then the dog dragged him through the entire level, all while he kept trying to get out. Man, Little Big Planet was one of the best co-op games. It's a shame the servers were never 100% the greatest. My wife doesn't really like video games, but she loves playing co-op Lego Jurassic Park with me. So I think most of the Lego games would work. They are also great if you want to play with your kids. My son and I have played all the Lego video games countless times. They're a blast without being too intense for someone who isn't that into video games. We don't enjoy the newest ones quite as much because they've tried to make them cooler without adding any challenge. Tap O repeatedly while your character does cool moves, but they're still fun. I'd recommend Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Lego Batman 2 to start, especially if you're a fan of any of those franchises. Edit, people have shamed me for leaving off Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, and they are right to do it. It's an awesome Lego game. Next year there's Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga, and I'm counting down the days. My wife doesn't play video games, but she wanted to at least try to see if it would be a thing we could do together. I tried a number of games, including Lego Marvel. She hated that she could just die over and over with no complications. We eventually played New Super Mario Bros. Wii and she actually had a lot of fun with it. Lovers in a dangerous space-time. You both pilot a spaceship and have to cooperate to complete the levels. It's super fun and the music is great. It's a really great game and it's even better with more players. Gang Beasts, trust me, you will laugh yourselves to death. And if you like that goofy nonsense, Human Fall Flat is a good co-op puzzle game with the same kind of mechanics. Edit, if you guys want to see some gameplay, I highly recommend Funhouse. They have a few hilarious playthroughs that aren't too long. The first time I played this, my character was instantly pushed in front of a train and died, and I laughed so hard that I blacked out for a few seconds. I fucking love Gang Beasts. Stardew Valley. I didn't know it was a two-player game, that's awesome. Do not. My girlfriend is constantly cheating on me, wasting all the money I make every day going to the mine alone, risking pain and death, hardworking. I asked her to buy me something once. She gifted it to one of her side hoes. I'm heartbroken, sad face. My ex and I used to play Stardew multiplayer for hours together. I still load up our farm to take care of it every now and then. I really miss her sometimes. Played this with BF, he secretly saved up behind my back and got me a ring. Presented me with it, then promptly accidentally threw it into the river. We have never recovered. Overcooked, if you love a cooperation challenge. It could also ruin your relationship. My boyfriend always yells at me and barks orders. He's very sweet, but the moment we start playing Overcooked he can't seem to hide his disdain and frustration. He doesn't even want to play anymore because he doesn't like who he turns into. Towerfall on the other hand, we're fucking pros. Edit, for a better picture, he basically turns into Dennis Reynolds in Philly Traffic. I had so much fun playing this with my girlfriend until she decided to go on break, then it became just me trying to race the clock. Meet babe, we need to make tomato soup, why are you in the corner? Her, I'm on break. Me, what? I came to recommend this. Can make or break a couple, lol. Snipper clips. It's for two people and it's where people work together. It's even better at making your friends hate you than Mario Party. Underrated response. My girlfriend's more of a mobile gamer than a console one, and the laid-back tone of this puzzle game is perfect. Also, the characters and scenarios are adorable. Edit, well, it was underrated. For all the confused people, it's only for the Switch. If one of you is a gamer but the other isn't, surprisingly, Pokémon Go. Go for a walk, talk to each other, catch critters. Nice casual date. Card games like Hearthstone could be easily learned, and surprisingly I learned recently that non-gamer adults find Spyro to be easily learned and enjoyed. Edit 2, holy crap, I forgot about the Jackbox party games. They're meant more for a group of friends to play, but if my BF and I can get our family members to play it with us, you can pretty much drag along anyone to play it. Lots of trivia games and hilarious stuff, you just need one big screen and your phones to play it. If you both like games but one of you prefers to watch as opposed to play, literally any horror or puzzle game. Note, only play horror games if the player is capable of handling the other randomly jumping at nothing or randomly freaking out. No, I'm not saying that as if I'm that person or anything. If you're both gamers looking for a fun time, Stardew Valley, Terraria, the Halo franchise, Portal 2, Dynasty Warriors, any of their Nintendo spin-off counterparts, Diablo 2, Diablo 3, WoW or Destiny, if you're into MMOs, Binding of Isaac, Rebirth, specifically the Anti-Birth mod for enhanced fun, We Were Here and We Were Here 2, great teamwork games. If you're both gamers and you really want to test the boundaries between fun and rage because whatever, Overcooked, the older Mario parties, Mario Kart, Manual Samuel, Cook Serve Delicious, 1 and 2 Octodad, Super Smash Bros. Unless you're playing with computers and items added. Edit, I wanted to add if you're both gamers and you are also both fans of puzzle games, The Witness is another interesting game. It's mind-boggling and needs to have an evening dedicated to it, as well as pen and paper. My boyfriend and I did a playthrough of it, and by the end we had a dozen pictures on our phones and 12 pages of scribbled down nonsense like patients in an asylum slowly going through a mental breakdown. This would be under the rage category mostly, but it's by far one of the more memorable experiences I've had with my partner playing video games. Edit 3, Jesus fug, I post this on my lunch break at work and get over 100 messages, thanks for giving me a heart attack y'all. I kid. Though for real, some of you reminded me of some great games I forgot. For the more complex communicative or rage-inducing games, Cuphead, Surgeon Simulator, Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, Enter the Gungeon, Bloodborne or Dark Souls if you both have copies of the games. For more accessible, beginner-friendly games, or for gamers looking for a fun time, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, Borderlands, Guild Wars 2, FF14 and old-school RuneScape for MMO fans, Monster Hunter World, Payday 2, GTA 5 Online, Risk of Rain 2, Rust. For the watchers, visual novel or story games are definitely a good pick, Until Dawn, Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, Life is Strange, The Last of Us. I'm 100% sure I've missed a lot of suggestions, so just keep going through this thread honestly and you'll probably find a lot of suggestions for you and your partner to check out. Ooh, you guys would probably like Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Check it out, especially if you have access to VR. I loved We Were Here. I've been in an escape room where each of us were placed in separate coffins and had to communicate with old mobile phones in order to get out. We Were Here kind of reminded me of this experience, we had a blast. I'm looking forward to playing We Were Here too. If you both like games but one of you prefers to watch as opposed to play, literally any horror or puzzle game. Note, only play horror games if the player is capable of handling the other randomly jumping at nothing or randomly freaking out. No, I'm not saying that as if I'm that person or anything. Until Dawn is good for this. Generally they like the stories. Me and some friends did it where each of us got certain characters, and would make their decisions. Terraria is pretty fun for co-op. Came here to say this is Terraria as our go-to game to play together. My wife never got into 3D FPS controls, but grew up playing Mario and DK, so the 2D approach in Terraria is great for her. It's a lot of fun, and it works well using phones, tablets as well. My wife and I play Don't Starve together a lot on the PC. We both have our own PCs and it is such a great time. Edit, first ever gold. That is awesome, thanks a ton. Besides DST, my wife and I love playing single-player detective games where you need to solve an overarching mystery. We get addicted and we must complete it together and she usually watches and helps solve while I do the actual playing. They are a slow burn with hardly any action and are great to spend time with a partner on. Examples are, The Payne's Creek Killings and Return of the Obra Dinn as our two favorites we spent dedicated time together on. Can't believe I had to scroll this far to see DST. Good choice though, I used to play it with my ex too. Really teamwork building, haha. Edit, my very first silver, thanks friend. Also when I first commented this, DST was all the way down, hence the scrolling so far. Overcooked. This game is like marriage counseling for us. We either figure it out and work together, or we let out our frustrations over how fucking incompetent the other person is. You were supposed to do the fucking dishes. All jokes aside, great co-op game with easy controls. If everything goes well, you can add player 3 and player 4 too. I play this game with my daughter. The first time we played head-to-head, she made the mistake of putting her fire extinguisher on the middle shelf where I could reach. I immediately noticed, grabbed it and put it over on my side. Once her kitchen started to go up in flames, I turned on the fire extinguisher and did circles in the middle of the floor while her entire kitchen burned. If that's not parenting, I don't know what is. All depends on what kind of games you're into, but me and my wife have really enjoyed. Minecraft, she loves to build, I love to explore and set up farms and shit. Resident Evil 5, nothing is as ostentatious a show of love as saving your wife from a chainsaw man or vice versa. Edit, vice versa as in me saving her from the chainsaw man. Though I guess in the end he is the one who truly needed saving. Rayman Legends, good platforming fun. You can easily knock your friends into their death though, so this one is a marriage tester. Gang beasts with other friends as well. She loves this game. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1, 2/3. Finding the first two may be tedious edit to find, but the third is out on Switch and very solid if you like arcadey brawlers. Divinity, Original Sin, 1 and 2. Local co-op on PS4 and I think PC as well. We love this game. It's basically D&D in video game form. Dungeons and Dragons. We play 3.5e cause that's what we learned on. I DM 2 campaigns that she is a player in, and we also play in 2 other campaigns that are DM'd by different friends of ours. She also just likes to watch me play more cinematic games like The Last of Us, which she was very invested in. We switch off games like Splatoon 2 and Katamari as well. I strive to be in as many D&D games as you are, hot damn. Rayman Legends is great. Very competitive though. Borderlands Split Screen is great. My husband and I always argue about getting the best loot and guns. Edit, lots of folks saying to duplicate loot. Part of the fun is the competition we have to get the best things first and wind each other up. It's part of our gaming dynamic. My girlfriend and I are waiting for 3. Can confirm we fight over loot which usually goes 3 items for her then 1 for me. My husband and I have separate TVs and consoles in our living room. Being able to play co-op without split screen is awesome. Unravel 2 is super relaxing and cute. Bought this to play with my wife, she doesn't really play games but she enjoyed the first one. Divinity Original Sin 2 was perfect for me and my ex since we are both into D&D. Came here to say DOS 2, my wife and I loved playing through it together. My GF is really enjoying it. She isn't a huge gamer so I figured after trying it she would get tired of the slower turn-based combat and all the managing of gear and skills but I'm both glad and surprised she likes it. We are doing a lone wolf run with just the 2 of us on the easiest difficulty so it's pretty stress-free. She's already said she wants to play through again and has decided she will meticulously keep up with the quest log so we do everything we possibly can. Edit, she was pretty sad over the fate of Peeper if you did that quest. Castle Crashers. Battle Block Theater by the same team is awesome too. Portal and Portal 2. Wait, there's Coop in Portal 1? My so and I play Dead by Daylight as survivors. We get frustrated together when the killer is good, and we cheer together when the killer is bad. Perfect bonding experience. We can also vouch on this one, if you don't take yourselves seriously you can have a lot of fun. I know a couple that plays Destiny 2 together a lot, they have a good time. Also a big +1 for Minecraft. Minecraft is an absolute unit of multiplayer. My GF best friend and I play together a lot and it's a blast. Edit, I was trying to be wholesome guys. Couples that raid together, stay together. Cuz LFG is garbage. Mario Kart. It's all fun and games until you get blue shelled at the finish line on the 3rd lap. If your so is into action games, Borderlands, Sniper Elite, Left 4 Dead. Also Battle Royales. If your so is into non-violent games, Stardew Valley, Factorio, Minecraft, Terraria, Starbound, Don't Starve Together, etc. If your so is not used to video games, story-driven games you can play together such as the Red Strings Club, Oxenfree, Life is Strange, Telltale games in general. If your so is into board games, party games, Monster Prom, Tricky Towers, Town of Salem, etc. Would also recommend Dungeon of the Endless Coop Tower Defense Dungeon Crawler and The Escapists 2 Silly Prison Break Sim. Seeing Terraria in non-violent games. Player was removed from world by boulder flashbacks. Well, the game itself is not very violent. The real violence is raging after getting wrecked by expert mode Skeletron for the 27th time. Fireboy and Watergirl 3, The Ice Temple. F to Flash. Crusader Kings 2. If your partner doesn't leave you for marrying your hot pagan daughter then your relationship is true. Also holds up in game. Ah, but you can join the Satanists to possess her and ensure her fidelity, then become mad and fall in love with Glitterhoof. Edit, is it possible to possess players though? I'll probably get some hate for this but Pokémon Go, you basically go out for walks to random places with your girlfriend and you catch rare Pokémon together. There shouldn't be any reason for people to hate on Pokémon Go. God forbid people go outside, get exercise, meet other people, and have fun while doing it. Humans fall flat. 1v1 maps in CSGO. If your relationship can survive that, it can survive anything. Wow. This comment really struck me. Had a beautiful relationship with the one that got away. We played CSGO together a lot and would do a lot of 1v1 custom maps for practice. I wouldn't even hold back on her, as she was a very competitive person herself. I'd even tease her and make fun of her whenever winning. Our 3-year relationship survived all that, but the death sentence began when we tried League of Legends together. Mario Party on the 64. This is what you play if you want to end a relationship. Not as a co-op, but it's fun to play something like Fallout and let your significant other pick all the decisions, dialogue options, and where to go next. Here are the games my BF and I play. Most of the games we play are PC games and we play with controllers. I will note if they are not PC. We are both game nerds, so we play some obscure things sometimes. Overcooked, my guy, and I love it. It is challenging, silly and fun. It is also a coup-style game, so you need to communicate, plan and support to be able to complete some of the super hard levels. Supports up to 4 players. Cuphead, OMG hard, side-scrolling shooter game done in the style of 1930s cartoons, hand-animated, and a Netflix show coming out soon. I suck at it, but we still have fun with it. For up to 2 players. Lego games, Xbox 360, fun, nostalgic, story-based and lots of game options. We are currently playing Lego Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean. Various emulator games. We have played arcade games on emulator. Last one was TMNT Arcade. Later got to play the actual machine at a convention and beat it. We have even played games that are older than us both, 37. Minecraft. Stardew Valley or Baba Is You. Until Dawn, if she gets scared she might hug you. Sims. Since time is accelerated in the game, you can find out if you will eventually get a divorce and just get it over with. Any of the Lego games, though I'm particularly fond of Lego Lord of the Rings. They're very entertaining and all have split-screen co-op. Civilization on high difficulty. If your relationship can endure that, move on to a board game called Diplomacy. If it can survive that, put a ring on it. Broforce. Rayman Legends is severely underrated. My wife and I played this to 100%, great couch co-op. One of the first dates with my wife was playing Borderlands 2 LAN party style in my living room. Now we play Civ. Correction, she plays charting while I play Civ. Mario Odyssey. Playing as Cappy is actually pretty fun. Rock Band. My wife sings with real vocals, and I play the fake guitar. I hope to see a similar game come back full force to Google Stadia by next year, opening up much more content. Keep talking and nobody explodes.